Toyota as a company is worth over $280 billion and it owns Lexus and Daihatsu. But how did Toyota start? It all started as a looming company. Sokachi Toyoda, the founder of Toyota Industries Corporation, was born in 1867 in Yamaguchi-Mura, Fuchi no Kori, Tatami no Kuni, presently Kosai City, Shizuoka Prefecture. He was the first son of Eikichi and A. Toyoda. Eikichi was a farmer who also worked as a carpenter to support his family. He was a highly skilled carpenter that many relied on. Sokachi graduated from elementary school and began working as an assistant for his father in carpentry trade. In the middle of social upheavals, the entire village where Sokachi lived was plagued with poverty. From the age of 14 or 15, Sokachi began to think about ways in which he could both be useful to the people around him and serve his country. Sokachi turned 18 in 1885. He learned of the newly enacted Patent Monopoly Act. He studied carefully and quickly became convinced that he had found his way forward. Then and there, he decided to tap into his own wisdom and devote his utmost efforts toward invention as a means of creating something new. Using trial and error methods, Sokachi experimented with various permanent and unlimited energy sources. He was not successful. In this fashion, Sokachi continued to meditate. At some point, he became interested in the hand loom used by local farm families. Sokachi thought that if he could find a way to improve the efficiency of the hand loom, it would benefit many people. Sokachi set to work. Working in a barn, he built and destroyed a number of looms. Some people began to think of him as being strange. Immersed in his efforts, this did not bother him at all. In 1890, Sokachi traveled to Ueno in Tokyo to visit the Third National Machinery Exposition. Many new machines of both Japanese and overseas manufacture were on display. Sokachi was deeply impressed. So much that he spent every day for the next month visiting the exposition, determined to understand how each of the machines worked. In the autumn of the same year, Sokachi's first successful invention was accomplished. It was known as the Toyota wooden hand loom. Sokachi received his first patent for that loom in 1891. He was 24 years old. Unlike previous looms, the Toyota wooden hand loom required only one hand to operate instead of two. It removed the unevenness of the woven fabric, thus improving quality. It increased efficiency by 40 to 50%. However, the loom was still manually powered. This limited further improvements in speed and overall efficiency. So Sokachi turned his attention to the invention of a power loom. In 1892, Sokachi started a small factory in Tokyo's Taito Ward that used several of the Toyota wooden hand looms invented by Sokachi. He did this for several reasons. He wanted financial independence to better pursue his inventing career. He needed funds to support his efforts. He also thought that he would be able to confidently recommend his invention to customers by using it himself to confirm its superior performance. Fabrics manufactured by Sokachi's factory were distributed to wholesalers and enjoyed a good reputation. Sokachi managed the operation while continuing his inventing efforts. Unfortunately, the factory did not do well and had to be shut down after a year of operation. Sokachi returned to his hometown. After many successful innovations and leading Toyota to the top of the looming industry, Sokachi unfortunately passed away in 1930. It wasn't until his son Kichiro Toyoda took over the company when they shifted their focus on vehicles, more specifically cars. At the time he saw a great future in building cars and was inspired by visiting motor vehicle factories in the US. His father, Sokachi, raised money to help launch his son's ambition by selling the patents to his automatic loom design to a British firm, Platt Brothers of Oldham. The money raised was invested in research and the preparation of prototypes, leading to the presentation of the first Toyota car, the AA Saloon, in 1936. Kichiro also changed the name of the company from Toyota to Toyota. That was the result of a competition to find a brand name for the new business, with the winner chosen on the basis that Toyota was easier on the ear when spoken in Japanese and used a lucky 8 strokes to write in Japanese script. With government permission to set up a vehicle manufacturing business, the history of today's global Toyota Corporation was underway. Post-World War II brought more investment and a new focus on exploring opportunities outside Japan, and as exports grew, Toyota reasoned that success could be achieved by building cars and trucks local to the markets where they would be sold and used, a principle that still holds true today. It has 50 overseas manufacturing companies, in 27 countries and regions worldwide. Toyota vehicles are sold in more than 160 countries and regions. In the 2012 financial year, Toyota Motor Corporation's net income was 283.5 billion yen, approximately 2.24 billion pounds. By the 1950s, Toyota's automobile production factories were back in full operation, and to gain competitiveness, the company began a careful study of American automobile manufacturers, owing to perceived U.S. technical and economic superiority. Toyota executives toured the production facilities of corporations, including the Ford Motor Company, to observe the latest automobile manufacturing technology and in turn implemented it in their own facilities, yielding a nearly immediate increase in efficiency. In 1957, Toyota Motor Sales, USA Incorporated, was established, and the following year the company released the Toyota sedan, its first model to be marketed in the United States. It was poorly received because of its high price and lack of horsepower. The Land Cruiser, a 4x4 utility vehicle released in 1958, was more successful. In 1965, the Toyota, completely redesigned for American drivers, was re-released as the Toyota Corona, marking the company's first major success in the United States. During the 1960s and 70s, the company expanded at a rapid rate and began exporting large numbers of automobiles to foreign markets. Toyota acquired such companies as Hino Motors, Limited, 1966, a manufacturer of buses and large trucks, Nippon Denso Company, Limited, a maker of electrical auto components, and Daihatsu Motor Company, Limited, 1967. For several decades, Toyota was Japan's largest automobile manufacturer. The company continued to thrive in the American market as well, gaining a reputation for its low-cost, fuel-efficient, and reliable vehicles such as the Corolla, which was released in the United States in 1968. The company took its present name in 1982, when Toyota Motor Company was merged with Toyota Motor Sales Company, Limited. 2 years later, Toyota partnered with General Motors Corporation in the creation of New United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated, a dual-brand manufacturing plant in California, where Toyota began U.S. production in 1986. The company experienced significant growth well into the 21st century, with innovations such as its luxury brand, Lexus, 1989, and the first mass-produced hybrid-powered vehicle in the world, the Prius, 1997. In 1999, Toyota was listed on both the London Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. The company continued to expand to new markets, specifically targeting younger buyers with the launch of its Scion brand and unveiling the world's first luxury hybrid vehicle, the Lexus RX 400 Hours. However, the company subsequently faced significant financial challenges, plummeting sales stemming from the global financial crisis of 2008 as well as an international safety recall of more than 8 million vehicles in 2010, which temporarily halted the production and sales of several of its top models. Beginning in 2014, millions of vehicles manufactured by Toyota and several other car companies were recalled by regulators in the United States because of potentially malfunctioning airbags produced by the Japanese automotive parts supplier Takata. The recall was the largest and most complex safety recall in U.S. history, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Today, Toyota has assembly plants and distributors in many countries. In addition to automotive products, its subsidiaries manufacture rubber and cork materials, steel, synthetic resins, automatic looms, and cotton and woolen goods. Others deal in real estate, prefabricated housing units, and the import and export of raw materials.